A new school year is about to begin, and you can make a difference in how starting back to school can go for your child. There's 3 things I want to focus in on. It matters what the school knows about your child. It matters how your child is feeling about school. And it matters how you are feeling about this start of school. There's a link in the description box below to a PDF that has the back to school tips that we're going to talk about now, but with more details and more insights. So make sure you download that. Now let's get to those back to school tips. To help school know more about your child in advance, you could prepare an All About Me document or a Becoming Me document for your teacher or the school team. It could include things like your child's strengths and challenges, interests, something that they have learned over the summer, something that they're excited about. It helps as a conversation starter, but it also helps prepare the school team for engaging in your child and supporting them. It doesn't have to be a really fancy document or a perfect document. Homemade is usually the most impactful, and if you include your child, that's even more awesome. So I'm talking about stuff that's really simple. You might include something like your child's drawing about learning to play soccer, or maybe some photos, and then also some handwritten things about from your perspective would be really valuable for the school team. Secondly, this is also a really good time for you to think about what is your mission for the school year? What are your goals, your expectations? What are the things that are most important to you? And how can you let the school know what your expectations are? Include the kind of information that you would find really helpful for them to share with you, and ask them also what would be helpful for you to share with them in the school year, during maybe the once a week or daily or even monthly. How can you connect with your teachers, your child's teacher? And then the other thing to consider is, how can you build an appreciating, trusting relationship and compassionate relationship with your child's teacher? Everybody likes to be appreciated, and our teachers work really hard. So it's a good idea to just remember everybody's doing their best at that moment. And that's for your child, it's also for your teacher, and it's also for you. Then I also would suggest considering what could your role be as a parent in the school. Is there something that you could do for the school, like volunteer in the classroom, or maybe join in on class trips, help with fundraising? Joining in and supporting the school allows you an opportunity to firsthand see the school and feel the school culture and see what's going on in the classroom. And it also helps staff get to know you as well. You see, familiarity and proximity really improves relationships for all. Now, to help your child prepare for school, it's really important to start getting back into the rhythm and pattern, maybe routine of school several days before school starts. So that includes getting on a waking and going to bed schedule, and also maybe even meal times, because some schools have a different kind of meal time than you would at home. So maybe they just have 2 nutrition breaks. So a snack time might be at 11 and at 1:30 instead of your regular 3 meals at home. So just think about that, and maybe getting your child back into a similar routine would really help set them up for that at school, and not to struggle with that change in that first day. The other thing that you could do is prepare your child by visiting the school in advance, playing on the playground, walking or driving to school in the same way that you would that first day of school, and also have them, if possible, meet the teacher in the week before school if you're worried about that anxiety that they might be having about school. You see, kids, I remember anyways, for me, it was really exciting to get back to school. Certainly, it was exciting because it was great to get to see our friends again. And it was exciting to get back into the routine of something more consistent and I guess routine really in the day. But there is also anxiety when you go to school because there's an unknown. We don't know who's going to be in our class. We don't know who the teacher is or what classroom we're going to be in. And we don't know how the school day will be this year. So as much as there's familiarity in returning to school, there's also a good chance that there's a bit of anxiety going on. And just for you to be aware of that, what can you do to help your child decrease their anxiety? Now, some kids, if we do too much preparing for school, it increases their anxiety. So just be aware of that because your child has its own unique personality. So just to be aware, maybe your child doesn't need as much prep because it might increase their anxiety. Another thing you can do with your child is to prepare ahead to decrease the rush in the morning. So maybe pack your lunches and your backpacks the night before and even lay out the clothes. But do this with your child. You see, time together is precious. And it's important for you to be present and in the moment as you do these things. So turn off distractions like phone and TV. And just this time preparing for the next day is an opportunity for you to listen to your child, listen to if they are having some anxiety about it or uncertainty, talk to them, calm them. It's a wonderful opportunity too to just talk about some really good things, about things that happened in the summer. Restore some of those memories that you had together and just connect, because in that next morning, it's off to school and a totally new routine. So you want to make sure that you close off the summer in a really positive way and look with excitement to the next day in the future. So on the day of school, make sure that you take time to sit down and eat a healthy breakfast together without distractions like TV and phone. It's again some time to be together, bring some laughter and joy into the conversation just to lighten the mood and the anxiety that you both might be feeling. Have your open body posture and be compassionate and try and give out positive vibes that this is going to be something positive that's happening, getting back to school. Keep the mindset as positive as you can. And if negative stuff comes in, that's okay. Listen to it, but try and give it a positive twist. We want to make sure that the day goes as smoothly as we can. Enjoy the outdoors as you walk to school. Even if you have to drive a little bit, the part that when you walk, or maybe you're waiting outside for the school bus, really being out in nature is a way to decrease anxiety and decrease stress. Touching the wet grass or the dewy leaves, comment on the things you see, feel, hear outside, model some deep breathing of that great fresh air, and let your child know that you have confidence in them. Bend down to their level as you speak to them face to face. Hold their hands firmly or give them a firm hug. Maybe even take a selfie with them to say, hey, you've got this. It's the first day of school and you can remember it later on. So nature is a great way to build some resilience before stepping into the classroom. Make the best of that. Lastly, and maybe most importantly, you have to prepare yourself as a parent. See, the first days back to school and back into the routine can be emotional for you as well. And your child is going to need your full support and may need to borrow your calm as they are trying to stay calm too. So please consider waking up a little bit earlier so that you get yourself ready ahead of time and aren't mixed into the rush of getting back to school, because you're feeling grounded and calm. You see, if you're feeling rushed or stressed, your child will also feel that stress. So keep the pace slow, calm, and despite the excitement and anxiety your child might be exhibiting, you have that calm feeling and show them that you believe in them and that they're going to be okay and that you are right here for them when they get home. Let them see your sense of calm so they can co-regulate with you and borrow it for themselves for their first day back.